Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Medicom MAFEX number 165 Invincible Iron Man. Alright, here we go. Medicom's first attempt at a comic book style Iron Man. This is Iron Man in his Mark III armor, and our first notable Avenger we've received from MAFEX, with definitely more to come in the future. Gotta say right off the bat, this is definitely the definitive version of this armor in 1/12 scale, though I'm not too happy with all the accessories. They made a lot of weird choices with this one. I feel like they added some accessories just to bump up the price of this thing, and I'd be totally fine with that if they were accessories that actually went with this armor, but we'll get into that later. I really love the gloss that they managed to apply to the entire figure. They managed to make it look glossy without making it look too much like a toy. I noticed I've had some minor scratching in the upper abdomen of the figure. You could barely see it on camera, but that torso joint has a little bit of scratching on the left upper side of it, and surprisingly I've had zero paint rub on the crotch area connecting to the leg. I do wish they added a lot more shading on this figure though. There's a little bit on his back, but you could really barely see it. Under some light you can, under some light you can't. There's like a little bit in his abdomen, but not really, and there's virtually no shading on the yellow. Just to give the figure more definition, would have been nice if they painted those areas, but it doesn't look bad. The discs at the waist are connected by a hoop, which is attached to the crotch piece. They're unfortunately a little bit loose, but it definitely gets the job done. They work pretty well. The leg can go all the way up without hindering the articulation. I'd recommend being careful with these though, as it seems a little bit finicky. There is a possibility of breakage, but so far it's been fine. There's been no signs of tearing or stressing the plastic or anything like that. I do love to have an Iron Man with butterfly joints again. I don't think we've seen this kind of articulation since the Toy Biz days. It does still look awkward in some poses, but if you take your time with it, you can make it look real nice. On to his accessories. Iron Man comes with 2 face plates and 2 eye plates, I think. This first one is one where you can see his eyes directly through the mask. Looks really nice. And then you could take that off to reveal this goofy looking monstrosity. And you take out that eyepiece and replace it with this black piece. And that looks good too. He also comes with an alternate mask. I think this is based off of Alex Ross's artwork. I think this is kind of weird. I just don't like the way it looks. And here's the Alex Ross faceplate with the eyes in it, if you were curious to see that. Really wish they threw in the horned mask. I don't know why they didn't do it. This would have been a perfect opportunity to do so. Probably need a new head for that one, as that mask has lines going through the neck and the head. But that's kind of a wasted opportunity here. It would have looked fantastic if they did. He also comes with this unmasked head and neck. This is a really good likeness to comic book Tony Stark. I like it a lot. The paint's not bad, though I wish the flesh tone wasn't as flat as it is. You could also remove the head from the neck on the helmeted head and have him hold it, which looks really nice. Iron Man comes with 7 pairs of interchangeable hands, 14 in total. He comes with a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of fisted hands, a pair of gripping hands that are for his accessory, which we'll get to later, a pair of flat spread out hands, a pair of slightly open palms, and a pair of wide open palms. He also comes with another set of wide open palms that come with his repulsor blast accessory. These look pretty nice. He also comes with these jet boosters for his feet. There's a single peg and a weird little half peg at the bottom, and they plug into his feet like so. Looks pretty good. And he also comes with these little goofy roller skates, which is a cool accessory, but I'm not going to lie, I'm probably never going to use these. Also, it should be noted that there's a bit of a functionality issue when it comes to the shoulders and the head articulation kind of bumping into each other. The head sits down to right about where the shoulders rest inside the figure, so when you pop those shoulders in, sometimes the head will just pop right off, which is kind of ridiculous. That should not happen on a $150 figure. Now, here's the big Proton Cannon sized elephant in the room. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing looks very cool, but I have no interest in it, especially with this armor. This proton gun is synonymous with the modular Iron Man suit. Now, if they were doing that suit, I can understand why they would add this in, but for this armor, it really just makes no sense. I would have preferred them not to give you this and to upcharge you with more accessories. If they would have added more accessories, more hands, more heads, you know, maybe some different armor plates, stuff like that, I would have been more than happy to pay a little bit more for a MAFEX figure and get more from it. It poses a problem for me because I can't even display it on my shelf with this cannon because it's inaccurate. But for me personally, this big dumb cannon is just gonna sit in a bin and never see the light of day again. Not to mention you can't even hold it without a stand, which is really frustrating as well. How it works is that you have to take these 2 parts out at the bottom, attach the gripping hand, put them back on, and then there you go. And usually a stand would attach at the bottom of the figure, but instead I'm just going to show you like this because I just can't be asked. And here's the Proton Cannon with the accurate armor. This is the Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man. And while we're at it, here's the MAFEX Iron Man next to the Modular Iron Man. And here's the MAFEX Iron Man next to the 20th Anniversary Iron Man on the left and the 80th Anniversary Iron Man on the right. Personally, I think this is better than both Legends versions. Obviously, it's like quadruple the price of these shits, but you know what? It's good. What do you want from me? And in case you were wondering, the 20th Anniversary head does look good on the MAFEX body, but the ball peg is way too big for the MAFEX. You could get some cheese wax, put it in there, but I'm not going to do that. And unfortunately, I don't have access to my 80th Anniversary Marvel Legends Thor right now, but I thought I would show you the 20th Anniversary Marvel Legends Captain America next to this MAFEX Iron Man. And yes, the scale does work, and it looks great. And here's some other classic comic heroes in MAFEX form next to Iron Man. And I cannot wait until we get that Thor, and they give us Captain America, eventually maybe do a Hulk. Thinking of doing a top 10 of my most wanted Marvel MAFEX figures on my channel. Let me know if you guys would want to see that in the comments below. So, all in all, the figure itself is really nice. Obviously the paint's great, the articulation's great, it's really fun to pose. It's probably one of my favorite Iron Man figures that I own. However, they did drop the ball with the accessories. Obviously all the extra hands are great, even the roller boots, as goofy as they are, I do like them. Just this big goofy cannon I know I'm never going to use. Like I said, if they would have added different accessories to it, like a couple extra heads and a couple extra hands, I would have been okay to pay a little more to get a little more. I do recommend this figure though, especially if you're trying to fill out your Marvel Comics roster. Make sure to let me know what you guys think of the review in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, take care.